I want to touch on something Paul just said real quick, that we used to send offer sheets, right? Whenever we were first starting out, when we were working with agents, nobody takes that seriously in our experience. You send an LO. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Financial Freedom Friday. As always, I'm Michael Oakes, and we're here to share with you some strategies and some different ways to get financially independent through real estate. With me, as always, is my best friend and business partner, Paul Rodriguez. Paul, how you doing today, sir?
I'm blessed. I'm really happy to be here. And today we're diving into one of the most important aspects of real estate investing, and that's negotiation, right? So specifically how you negotiate effectively with agents is kind of the importance of, I guess, building a strong buyer's agent power team to get you those deals and kind of have them work on your behalf.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's just get right into it, not even waste a second. Let's get it started.
Okay, so negotiation is a core skill that you're going to need when speaking to agents. Every transaction involves it, and the better you are, the better your deals are going to come out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about like getting the lowest prices, or it's also about structuring the deal that works for both you and the buyer, or for the buyer and the seller, depending on if you're wholesaling or if you're taking them down yourselves. For you and the seller.
What's up? Yeah, and that's where your agent comes in. They're the one that's going to bring you that super local experience, and ultimately they're going to help you craft an offer that's going to stand out, right? So you always want to be on the right side of the agent.
Every time. Strong agent, can always help you get valuable intel, understand the market, the seller's motivation, any other type of factors that you could possibly imagine. So we use them a lot. A lot.
Definitely. And I want to expand on something we touched on last week. I know we talked about working directly with agents. This week, we're really going to be focusing on the benefits of building a power team of agents, and it's exciting.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. Basically, by building these types of relationships, you get with multiple different agents, you don't have to worry about making as many cold calls to sellers. You have agents who have motivated sellers who are sending them your way, and as long as you can, fit the deal into whatever you got to pay them as well, then you can make it happen.
Exactly. Agents all specialize in different property types. Some might be in multifamily, some are in single family, and so they give you a lot more opportunities and better reach whenever you're associated with a bunch of different types of agents.
Oh yeah, you are not kidding. I want to shift gears a little bit from where we just were, though, and kind of go over the negotiation part with agents. You got to be really clear cut with what you want with them. Like, you have to tell them what your goals are, what properties you want up front, so that way they aren't just setting you up on a drip campaign, which we've talked about before, where they're just like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, you got to really tell them what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I think this goes back to clear communication, right? And if you're always clearly communicating, you're not assuming anything, you're able to craft a lot better offers. And a lot of times your agent will actually negotiate on your behalf because you were so clear in your communication.
Exactly. And you got to ask the right questions, so that way they know that you know what you're talking about. And So that way you come through as like an authority or a knowledgeable figure. So that way they aren't just like, oh, here's another one of those wholesalers calling me up again. So you really got to make sure you're asking the correct questions, like what their timeline is, their motivation, anything, any other offers, stuff like that, and really get to know more about the property too.
So a lot of people focus on price, and price isn't necessarily the thing that you need to be focusing on the most. And knowing this kind of allows you to have leverage whenever you're crafting an offer and kind of creating a more profitable or favorable deal for you. So you can use contingencies to your advantage, whether it's for inspections or financing, and kind of strengthen your position. It all kind of starts with doing your homework. You have to know your market. You have to understand property values and recent sales comparables.
Yep, absolutely. And we do that a ton. And, it always comes down to timing too. Timing's a huge, huge factor. If they're not ready to sell, then obviously it's not going to work. But if you've seen that it's been sitting out there for a while, they've had offers, they haven't accepted them, you got to find those bunnies even from the agent, so that way you can create like more room for your deal and be able to help these people, because that's what we're trying to do. Like, yeah, we're going to benefit from some money off of it, but it's more about the relationships in the long run. That's what Paul and I focus on. It's helped us.
It has. It has. I would also say don't overlook the format, right? It's very important how you present your offer. If it's sloppy and it's just through text or, it looks kind of wonky, nobody's really going to take you seriously, and rightfully so. So you need to know how to draft an appropriate letter of intent or a letter of interest, depending on where you're at in the negotiations. And you need to come at it from a very professional standpoint, even if this is your first deal. And so if you're able to kind of format your offer correctly, it might not be the highest offer, but it might make the most sense for the seller.
Exactly. Exactly. And your agent's gonna guide you. We guide people all the time. They're just gonna do it for, like, to help you. If as long as they're your buyer's agent or they're your agent. If they are, probably won't get that same service, but they might look out for you one way or another. And I want to touch on something Paul just said real quick, that we used to send offer sheets, right? Whenever we were first starting out, when we were working with agents, nobody takes that seriously in our experience. You send an LOI every time. It's something Paul has taken to a whole different level, that we use it a ton, and it's only helped us grow and look more credible when we're presenting our offers to these agents.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this goes back to communication. It comes back to strategy, and being able to leverage your agent's knowledge are really the keys to success whenever you're submitting these offers in negotiations.
Absolutely. And so I guess to wrap things up a little bit, negotiation is a critical skill. It's not just something that you're gifted right out of the womb. You have to work on it. You got to do the thing. You got to make the calls. You got to reach out to these agents. Even if you're just texting them, like, that might get you somewhere, but actually getting on the phone, scheduling a or like a scheduling a time to go see the property, then guess what? You're face to face. You get to really do the great stuff there. Like, you get to actually see how their expression is when you say you're going to give them a current condition offer, not a lowball offer, because we don't do that. And you really get to get a feel for if they want to work with you and if you guys have a good vibe together.
Exactly. Being able to leverage agent relationships is a really consistent way to bring and generate leads for your real estate business. So I'll leave you with some parting wisdom. It's okay to be humble in your personal life, but in business, you have to be a shark. You have to be able to say no, and you have to be able to make hard decisions on a moment's notice. This has to be something that is ingrained in you, and you can't turn it off. You have to know when to negotiate and when not to. And so, with that being said, we want to thank you for watching. As always, if you guys want to see different topics being discussed, we'd love to hear about it. Follow us on social media. We just changed our Instagram handles. Mike is Mike's REI Roots. Good play on the last name Oaks. And I'm at Paul's Investing. So check us out on all social media. Check us out on Instagram. Make sure you guys are subscribing and leave us a like on the video. We appreciate you. And as always, tell somebody you love them.